I love the ham and butter sandwich, which was something that I think I tried in a cafe or a little bakery when I was in France, and I was like, why don't we put butter on sandwiches in America? That's a great idea. And that's all that it is. People ask what it is. It's like, no, it's really just a baguette with butter and French ham on it, and it's delicious.
That's Kathryn, the chef and founder of Chez Genèse in downtown Greensboro. You can tell by the French-inspired menu that she loves food, but her deeper mission at Chez Genèse is to change the way our culture approaches employing people with disabilities. The team here is doing something remarkable, and today we're going to explore that. Welcome to Greensboro Vibes. In France, the cafe is a place to take your time, to enjoy your food and the company you're with no rush. And Chez Genèse captures this vibe perfectly. But what I found particularly striking was watching the team work together. Everybody takes care of each other, and there's this feeling like they're all doing something special. And that's because they are. Around 50% of the employees here are adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and Chez Genèse is providing a model for other businesses to do the same.
A big part of the inspiration is that I have 3 cousins with autism and grew up with autism in my family and saw firsthand some of the challenges that they were facing when completing school and seeking to transition into life after high school or life into college or after college and getting a job, and just seeing the injustice that there still is in our society and culture on even being willing to give people with disabilities an opportunity to even fill out an application or get an interview. And so my training and background is in hospitality and is in restaurants and the food industry, which really comes from just a love of food and a love of cooking for people and serving someone in a really tangible and practical way. And also feeling like food crosses so many barriers because everybody needs to eat, and so there's an opportunity to really gather people around a table and over a common denominator and meet and facilitate communication and relationship and connection that way. So it felt like not only was restaurant something that I loved and was trained in, but that those principles of connection around the table provided a solid groundwork for wanting to change the way that our community interacts with and sees people with disabilities, and hopefully changes their perspective as they go back out and interact with other people in the world.
Kathryn is showing the community that businesses can be both inclusive and successful, but this conversation isn't always easy to start. So Kathryn's secret is the food.
There's something that touches people, I think, on a soul level when you're served a really good meal. And we see that here in the space, not at the moment because of COVID, but before then, like, you see just people relax and become more content with themselves and be more vulnerable and open and willing to have conversations when there's just the foundation of a really good meal and they're being provided for in that really basic way. And that's why the restaurant is set up the way that it is, with an open kitchen and with really simple dishes, nothing that's too pretentious or fancy, because we just want people to feel like very comfortable and relaxed when they're in here, so that that sense of openness can really come through. This isn't me doing something out of pity or charity or I'm gonna help. There's a need in the community that needs to be met, but in meeting that need, you are also providing a successful place of business. Like, they're what's keeping this place operating. So it's congruent, it's a win-win. We're all on the same team. Like, we work together. They have my back, I have their back. It's a back and forth and not an upwards down.
Using what she learned at Chez Genèse, Kathryn has founded a nonprofit organization aimed at educating and supporting adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. You can learn more about this at compassgreensboro.org. This episode of Greensboro Vibes was made possible with support from Downtown Greensboro Incorporated. For more stories about the Gate City, follow GSOVibes on social media.